Greetings. I hope this video finds you well. This is basically a reply to Kicesie's call to arms that I just viewed. Kicesie has been a friend of mine on YouTube for quite some time now, and I greatly respect her transparency and her honesty that she puts forth in both her regular channel and her Kicesie's vlog channel. And it's very inspiring because it's one thing I pride myself on, is that as being a very transparent person on YouTube, for better or worse. And specifically directed towards Kicesie or any other legal scholars out there, I just had a few questions. First and foremost, though, I commend you, Kicesie, as many others have in their comments and other replies, for being so brave and so honest. Obviously, being the victim of a crime is something that is devastating to the victim. Having studied criminal justice for 4 years and having been involved in law enforcement, I certainly know that police officers and lawyers close cases, but victims never do. And the memories of what has happened to them remains with them forever. And I say that not to be negative or pessimistic, but to be realistic and to be honest of what crime does to people. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and that's why I am a huge fan of victim services and victim advocates. On one hand, certainly the cornerstone of our justice system is innocent until proven guilty, and that's why we're not, like England, where the presumption is not the same as it is in America or other countries where it's, the government has more control. But the con of that is that a lot of times victims are left out in the dark and the cold, and so it's something that we need to always focus on. My question for you, Kicesie, in regards to this current legal venture is, I'm certainly not by any means your brightest viewer, so my questions are, it sounded like you said that there were some websites out there, some webmasters more appropriately, that were using your likeness to portray degrading acts of pornography and simulated rape and things like that, using your voice and picture. And I was just wondering if that was the case, and if so, is this going to be a criminal pursuit, or is this going to be a civil pursuit for libel? Or is it going to be something where you're trying to pursue them criminally? And if so, what criminally are you going to be, what criminal charge? I also live in Texas as well. Now, when I was studying in the police academy, I lived in Virginia, so I'm not very familiar with Texas law, but I was wondering what criminal code you would be pursuing. Secondly, because you mentioned this quite a lot, if there's no such criminal code or no judicial precedent in this particular case, what kind of case law, or take it a step further, what kind of legislation are you looking to have written, and what kind of case law are you looking to set the precedent for? Kind of more specifically on that, and if for nothing else, just for my own curiosity and maybe perhaps to help your cause. Knowing exactly what it is that you're pursuing and have a definitive cause of, is it the publicity, or rather the public knowledge of, when certain victims or of certain crimes file in criminal court or with the local police department or sheriff or constable or ranger or whomever? Are you looking to have that information locked up and kept private until after the trial? Are you looking for more control over the Freedom of Information Act and those sorts of things? And exactly what is your specific goal in pursuing this? Obviously, I know your overall goal is to help victims, especially victims of sexual assault and rape, such as yourself, and I certainly a noble cause, and but I guess I'm just wanting to know more specifics on this actual case. So that was pretty much my question. I didn't mean to ramble on too much, but I wish you the very best in this pursuit, and And that's all I got. So thank you so much for your time.